We want survivors and those who know someone who's experiencing it to just be aware that it doesn't necessarily have to include that physical aspect for it to turn deadly.
Well, every 13 hours, someone moves out of the House of Ruth shelter and someone else moves in. Recent extreme acts of domestic violence are putting that issue into the spotlight. And hello, everyone. I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to 11 TV Hill. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And sadly, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen more and more domestic-related acts of violence. Just this past week, police say a person in behavioral crisis stabbed their wife and a mental health clinician in Pikesville. The victims did survive. The suspect is undergoing treatment. On October 4th, a man allegedly stabbed his wife in a parking lot at Towson Town Center. He's being held without bond. September 29th saw two deadly shootings, one in Moncton. A man's accused of killing his wife, and another, an elderly couple, died by murder-suicide. But there are places where survivors can turn for help and healing. One of those organizations is the House of Ruth. Joining us now from the House of Ruth is Amber Lucernoni. Did I get that right?
You sure did.
How about that? Thanks for coming on and joining us. This is big for this month, and I think the big part is that people are reaching out. Not as taboo as it was before for people to keep quiet. Do you feel that same way?
Absolutely. We get over 11,000 calls every year through our hotline. That's our access point to reach our services. And it's 24 hours and it's fully confidential. So yeah, people are calling.
Talk to me a little bit, it was said in that soundbite a little bit, defining what abuse is, because I think some folks may try to shield a loved one a little bit and not use the word abuse, but I think that is important that they do.
Absolutely. So abuse is really just when you feel unsafe in your relationship. It spans a lot of definitions. It's not just physical, it's emotional, it's psychological, it can be financial. So anytime that you are feeling unsafe or your love is hurting in a way that it shouldn't, that can be defined as abuse.
Tell me about warning signs. I mean, we always ask that of folks. I'm sure every case is different, but I think there's some things that are consistent that people should keep an eye on, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. If your loved one is suddenly isolating themselves more, you're not seeing them as much, they're keeping quiet, they're maybe losing a little bit of that spark. Also, if, they're changing the way that they're dressing, that they're changing the way that, they're interacting with the people around them. If they're getting checked in a little bit excessively by their partner, if you're sitting there and they're getting constant texts and they're kind of starting to say things like, well, I would love to do that with you, but I have to check with my partner first. I don't know if they'd be okay with that. And obviously, we all want to, approval from our partners. We do check in. It's not common to, want to check in with your partner before saying something, but it's when it reaches that level that it's excessive and it feels controlling.
Do you feel like the friend who may see this happening feels, I don't want to get in their business. This is their house. I don't want to mess with their house. Is it important for that friend to sort of get rid of that feeling and speak up some?
Yeah, and obviously that too is case by case, but it really is important if you're seeing those warning signs. First off, if you are a friend or a family member of someone experiencing intimate partner violence, you can also call our hotline. And we are very happy to chat through different methods that, you can approach that person or help them safety plan. But the check-ins are extremely important because sometimes it's not a matter that they want to keep it secret. Sometimes it's a matter of they don't know how to broach the topic either, and they don't know how to seek help or how it will be received. It's not uncommon that our clients and survivors often feel like if they bring it forward, they'll feel judged by their family. And so it's really important to make sure you are that open space where they can say, I can come to this person for help.
Tell me about some intervention programs. You have the hotline. What else exists at House of Ruth?
Yeah, so we have comprehensive services for our clients. So we really want to wrap around fully for them. So we have legal services. You can, get protective orders, peace orders. We have childcare in our shelter to help, alleviate that stressor for those who are trying to gain their independence again. We have counseling services. We have safe homes, which is another rehousing option outside of our shelter. We also do abuse intervention. And so that's actually a program where we work with those who have used abuse in their relationship. And we teach them healthy relationship skills and, work to get them on the other side of that.
How do you mentioned the shelter? How does that work for someone who may feel like the place where they live isn't the right situation for them, and now this opportunity exists? How do they take advantage of that?
Yeah. All of our services can be accessed through our hotline.
Oh, okay.
That number is 410-889-7884. You can call there if you feel that you are not in a space where it's safe to call. We also have a chat line on our website at hruth.org. You'll see a little purple bubble in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's also 24 hours, you can chat there.
One program I saw online this morning, which really is a great one, Ruth's Closet. Explain that for people and how that is, I don't know, gives a boost to some folks who might need it.
Yeah, Ruth's Closet is really awesome. So that is actually our social enterprise endeavor. And it's an eBay store that we have. We have some really generous donors. And so we get some really awesome items like designer purses and shoes. We have the Louis Vuittons, the Chanels. And you can go onto eBay and purchase these really great items. All of those proceeds go towards our clients. But yeah.
I love it. All right, so one more time, give us the number the folks can call if they're in need of the services of House of Ruth.
Absolutely. Hotline is 410-889-7884.